Greetings of peace and love, everybody. My name is Ram Hotep. I'm broadcasting on behalf of 13SignsAstrology.com. I thank you all for watching my channel. And in this particular episode, I'm going to deal with health. Your health, as I always say, is your wealth. And the state of your health determines the state of your well-being. So you should always be about improving upon your health. Your health is important. You can't enjoy your wealth and your money and your riches and your lifestyle if you're not in good health. So your health is important. That should be the number one thing on your agenda before anything else, is getting your health in order. And a lot of times we take up a healthy diet. We take up that healthy diet, right? But we don't have a lot of information when it comes to the components and the properties of what makes up a lot of the foods that we eat. The foods that we eat, we can't just eat from our taste buds. We have to eat and become scientists. We have to become like food engineers. I call myself a raw food revolutionist. And being a raw food revolutionist, you have to be intelligent. You have to know what elements or what minerals and what vitamins to put in your body if you want to be an astute raw food revolutionist or an astute vegan or an astute vegetarian. See, a lot of times people take up the vegetarian diet and they're doing it because of the noble cause, because they feel like they're not killing animals anymore and they feel like they're eating healthy now, but they don't take in the right stuff. Like a lot of times vegetarians take in too much starch, but they don't get enough protein, for instance. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be a food revolutionist. You have to be knowledgeable of what you're putting in your body. Everything that goes into your body, you should know everything about it, down to the smallest component and property of it. And the main way to learn about the properties and components of food is to study nutrition. Nutrition is a topic that is overlooked by Western allopathic medicine. It's slept on. And nutrition is the basis of healing. It's the basis of healing. If you say that you want to heal from dis-ease, you have to become properly nutritioned. You have to become, basically take in the right type of nutrition. You have to take in the right, what you would call vitamins. You have to take in the right minerals. You have to basically make sure that the things that your body are losing on a day-to-day basis, that you're putting those things back. And a lot of times, like when we go out to eat, and we eat at restaurants and stuff like that, we're not eating food that has nutrients in it because they cook the food, so they kill the nutrients. And then a lot of times the food from the beginning is not food that has a lot of nutrition in it. See, a lot of times we eat for our taste buds, but we have to learn how to eat for nutrition. Like, for instance, you can have you a bowl of rice, or you can have you some quinoa. Like if you have some quinoa, the quinoa has more nutrition in it. You have to learn the properties of what's in the quinoa and compare it to what's in the rice. So you have to become a nutritionist, and that's really mastering nutrition, is mastering health. We have a lot of people that talk about people that are vegetarians aren't getting the right type of protein, and this is because people that are vegetarians aren't being educated in nutrition and knowing what to put into the body. So you have to put the right type of things into the body, because every day that you live and you walk around and you move, your body is losing. It's losing chi and energy, but it's also losing nutrition. It's losing vitamins. It's losing the elements that it takes to keep it going. Your body is just like a well-made organic machine. So you have to put the right type of energy back into it. But in order to do that, my point is this: you have to have knowledge. You have to become a food scientist. You have to become a food revolutionist. You can't just eat for your taste buds. That's what I'm saying. And it's a lot of ways to start looking at like the type of calories that you're taking in, and start looking at exactly what you're taking in when you're eating. It's a lot of good resources and good websites out there to go to. I also have like a link attached to this particular video of a really good website that I've been on for the past couple days. It's a really good website. It's called QuickNutritionFacts.com. And QuickNutritionFacts.com is like a really good website because it's like a one-stop shop. You can put in anything that you're eating, your meats, like people that eat their meats, and you really want to see what this stuff is composed of, go to QuickNutritionFacts.com, and you can look up and see what this stuff is really composed of. If you really want to see what's to alkaline foods, go there to QuickNutritionFacts.com, and the alkaline foods, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, is basically the properties of what that stuff is composed of, you can go to that website and it'll pull up a graph and it'll tell you like a pie, and it'll give you like percentages of like what's in like the particular food that you're eating, like how many calories is in it, just everything about it, the all the minerals that's in it, all the nutrients, all the vitamins, all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to know what you're putting into your body. Like if you're lacking protein, you're a vegetarian, you have to know that you have to go to the alkaline waters, the alki waters. See, I did a video on alkaline foods, but you have to go to the alki waters deep in the ocean and get the kale and get the seaweed and get the spirulina. See, these are the things you need for protein. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let people try to talk you out of being a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times you have these people on YouTube, stupid people. These people are ignorant, dumb fucks, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? They go around trying to get people to basically not take up a vegan diet, saying, "Are you not going to get your protein? How you going to get your protein? You know you got to eat meat to get protein." You sound stupid. You sound stupid. If you were a food scientist and a food revolutionist, you would know to go deep within the ocean and get, not you would go deep within the ocean, but you would fish for those particular herbs that are deep within the ocean, like your spirulina and your kale and all of that type of stuff for protein and for the things that you would be lacking. See, all of those things have abundance of protein. Spirulina has an abundance of protein. And I've talked about this on videos before, so it's no excuse. It's no excuse. You're not a real meat eater. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about you eating meat to get protein and stuff like that, but really to be a real meat eater, you're supposed to eat raw. It's like, see, real food isn't real unless it's raw. And that goes for meat and vegetables. See, if you're not eating the animal, or you're not eating the cow raw, then you're not a real meat eater. You see, you have to cook your meat, and it has to look good for you. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to eat it, you don't want to eat it raw. If you're not eating it raw, you're not a real meat eater, because the food has no vitality in it. It has no chi in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're cooking all the chi out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're putting heat to it and just melting down all the chi. And I'm not trying to go on a tangent here, but I'm just saying, man, like, we have to become more responsible when we say things. Like, we have to think about things before we sit on the internet and type them and say stuff. Like, in order for you to just get on here and say that people that are vegans are ignorant and they're lacking protein and B12, that's an ignorant statement, because you didn't do your research. It's obvious. It's obvious you didn't do your research, because there are vegetable sources of everything that you need. Everything that you need. We as beings came from out of the waters. We evolved from out of the waters. We were indigenous to the waters before the land. So that's where the real nutrients and the real food is in the waters. The foods that are found in the waters, like the kale and stuff, the seafood. Not the seafood like shrimp and the stuff that, you know, people, these meats and salmon and stuff like that. I'm talking about, you know, the seafood of vegetation, you know what I'm saying, of the seas, of the alki waters, the alkali waters, the alkaline waters, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you want to go to get the food or whatever. So but yeah, I mean, you want to like really go to the root of what you're eating, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just get caught up in your taste buds and go get that pizza or get that hamburger just because you're thinking about how good it tastes. Think about what's in it in the long term and in the long run. And when you start to eat healthy, another thing I want to point out is this: when you start to eat healthy and you start to eat foods that are rich in nutrition, you'll start to find out that you eat less. You'll start to find out that you get more energy off of less food, and you feel better and you have more vitality. Because the foods that you're eating right now, if you're eating like a meat diet, or what you would call a standard American diet, if you're eating a standard American diet, I mean, that food has no chi in it. That food has absolutely no chi in it. It's lower vibrational food, you know what I'm saying? And it's making you tired. It's making you sluggish, and it's making you eat more, and it's making you addicted. It's making you addicted. Like, most people eat for their addictions. Like, you're only eating certain foods because you want a certain chemical high from it. It's something that you're getting from that food. It's not because you're really hungry. You're not legitimately hungry. What it is that you're addicted to what you're getting from it. And I'm not trying to be on a soapbox here, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm passionate about health. That's all it is. This is passion. I mean, I'm speaking from love here. I want to see people honor their temples more. I mean, I'm speaking from love here, and sometimes you have to come with a little harshness. And I'm just saying, like, you guys are basically just like drug addicts. I mean, you can't talk about somebody that's addicted to anything if you're addicted to white sugar. White sugar is the #1 drug here in America, and the #1 killer, probably one of the #1 killers here in America. White sugar leads to all kinds of diseases. White sugar, refined sugars. This is what people are addicted to. You know what I'm saying? And they putting sugar in all of your fast food. So you're saying, well, I'm not addicted to sugar. I eat burgers and stuff like that. Yeah, you eat burgers from Burger King, and they put sugar in Burger King burgers, and they put sugar in the bread. They put sugar in everything, just to taste the sugar and the ketchup, all of that, to keep you coming back, to keep you hooked. So they got sugar in all of this food. So Fast from the sugar. Start to become a food scientist. Research what you're eating. You know what I'm saying? Like do the math on what you're eating. Like look up the calories. Like really like be real with yourself. Like look at the food that you're eating. Just look at it. Like I'm not telling you to stop eating anything. Just look at what you're eating. I bet you'll stop. Like every time, like before you eat that pizza, before you eat that burger, go to that website that's linked to the video. And I want you to just put it in there. I want you to just put the food that you're going to eat in there. And I want you to think about it before you eat it. Like, do I really want to eat this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to think about it. Eat to live. Eat to live. Don't eat for your taste buds. Don't eat because you're chemically addicted. Eat to live. So, like I said, this is in love. And I thank you for watching. And I thank you for listening. And until we meet again, I'll leave you all in peace, love, and prosperity.